Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Ranger Flame, and welcome everyone back to Boruto Naruto Next Generations. We're on episode 51, and today's episode, it really surprised me. Watching last week's preview, the title of today's episode was Boruto's birthday, and just from the preview that we saw and just the title itself, I thought it was going to be filler. It's going down like that road right now where I think it was like, in my opinion, 3 bad episodes. We had that Team 15, we had the Team 8, and then we had the recap episode. It was kind of going through that road, but with this episode here today, it truly surprised me. It was on that sad / dark episode. It's something that I think that we haven't had in Boruto yet. And episodes like these, I just love it because it just changes the show itself. If it's throughout any anime or anything like that. And I did really enjoy it, and it's awesome. Something that it's like you can't judge a book by its cover. I think that's a good point of playing to what this episode was here today. So I'll start with the kind of the Boruto birthday part. This is the sad part of today's episode. This episode today, it kind of focused on Boruto's birthday. It was him just, visiting with family and, his teammates coming over, Mitsuki and Sarada, and just having a good time in general. But the thing that he wanted the most that we've seen, for every child is, his dad to come home to celebrate his birthday. That's kind of one of those good family moments, but knowing, him as the Hokage, his kind of job is to protect everyone in the Hidden Leaf. He just thought, throughout this one day is that he can come home and spend time with his family. That's kind of like really the sad part of today's episode. We don't really see that through Boruto. Boruto's character, he always tries to hide things. He always tries to act cool to, hide personal feelings, and we do see that with him in today's episode. And, with him, he's kind of a stubborn kid. That's kind of what we get from him, as his character in the anime. But you do really feel for him, It's like just this one day if his dad could come home and celebrate with, him, Hinabi, and Hinata, and Himari and all that kind of stuff. So it's like you agree with them, but then afterwards when you look at Naruto's POV as well, is that bad stuff is going to happen in the village. Well, not every single day, but some stuff will happen here or there. But either way, the side that you want to go towards, we see, Naruto's point of view of him being the Hokage and, protecting his family as well. Him being Hokage, even though that he's not home with his family, he's still protecting them. But I feel like in this episode, I do agree with Boruto. It's just a kind of a one-day thing. Birthdays, it's when you get older, you don't really give a crap about them. But, looking at Boruto's age and, kind of him in general of his dad not being there, and he does look up to his dad as a role model. So in this episode, I definitely, agree with Boruto. And I feel like he played it good as well. And in this as well, it's an Easter egg going off with the movie. I'm not going to put too much spoilers in with the movie. But, we see Himawari, after his birthday was done, she was, putting, her birthday on, the calendar of when she's going to be next. And, Boruto was telling her about, as well as that, I'm fine. I don't care if the old man's there, even though he's really lying to himself. He really wished that Naruto was there. But, he made a promise, to Himawari that Boruto will go say to his dad is to be there for her birthday, because she is younger than Boruto, and she looks up to Boruto, and Boruto looks up to Naruto just a little bit if you look at it. But this episode here, it really focused, like I said, on the movie. You kind of get the point what I'm talking about, and it's that serious talk that he has with his dad. He's like, I don't care if you're there or not, but if you ruin your your daughter's birthday or my little sister's birthday, I'm never going to forgive you. So I feel like it's a big standpoint, and that's definitely looking in the movie to Boruto, which is kind of cool because we're almost at that point where the Chunin exams are going to be coming up. If you watch the movie, shit's going to go down very, very soon. And that's kind of what the sad part of today's episode was. And even Sarada was looking at Boruto as well. Kind of, she was feeling of what he's going through. Like, she understands and etc. like that. Mitsuki is just kind of there, just being with Boruto. And then we get to the dark episode. This is where Boruto needs to go, and finally we have stuff like this, but I feel like it's even darker, through the Boruto anime, through the series so far, which I like a lot, and I'm kind of glad that we get to see it again. But with this, and it showed at the start of the episode, but then it focused on, the halfway point, and then the ending was these robbers, train. And afterwards, they go and hide in these tunnels because these tunnels have been abandoned for, I think, months or years. I think it was years, what they said. And it's the perfect hiding spot. You know, no one's going to come in here. If you go into the tunnels, it's like a maze. It's hard to get out to the outside world. So they figured, you know, collecting the money that they got from stealing from the train, etc. like that, they're all good. But then afterwards, a monster attacks them. And then one survivor stands, because in this mission, that's what Boruto and them are going to go look for in the tunnels right here. It was just, hey, these robbers are in the tunnels right here. People in the public can't go in there, because afterwards, if they turn around the corner, a robber could be right there and potentially kill them. So they need ninja, or for them to hire ninja to go into these tunnels and get the robbers out. But then afterwards, it becomes a more darker and serious mission that all the robbers are dead except for one. And he told Team 7, that there is a monster in there that killed the 3 of them. You know, they're dead. I'm here. I'm terrorized, and I can't even, you know, speak or even talk. Like, he's scared beyond his mind. So this is where the big part happens. And I'm so glad they added this, you know, into the Boruto series, because it's so good. It's like, I always based off, you know, Naruto characters. If you see Naruto characters, or even in general, it's good seeing back to Naruto here again, you know, just from this one character that we see. And I was looking, I'm like, is it that character? And afterwards, we see that from Konohamaru again, the white monster question mark, and you're like, is that white Zetsu? Is white Zetsu back in this show? So afterwards, when they're in the tunnels, they're investigating everything like that, they follow the trail of what this monster is. We see white Zetsu popped up. It's, you know, him merged with a whole bunch more, and it's pretty freaking cool. It's so cool of having, you know, his character back, and you wondered, how were they alive? I thought they were all gone after Kaguya was defeated in Naruto Shippuden. And then afterwards, it's more into next episode. I'll just say just a little bit for this episode right here, because if you know what Sasuke is going through, you know, he's not in the village right now. He wants to find traces of Kaguya and, you know, White Zetsu and all of them, and destroy it. And we get that in next preview. You know, Sasuke is back, which is going to be pretty awesome. You know, I like it's going down this road. It's perfect. You know, no more of that filler crap. It's going right to the serious note, because I feel like this is maybe just a little bit of a mini arc, which is awesome, because I actually thought that Chunin exam was going to be you know, next, but we actually get this little arc, which I think it might end next episode. But either way, I'm just glad that, you know, it's going down this road, and we definitely need stuff like this in Boruto. Either way, that was today's episode. I fairly enjoyed it. I'm just glad that, you know, we're back at this pace of the anime, and with it, you know, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I truly enjoyed it. It's an episode where I was, you know, smiling all the way through. I was excited. I was trying to guess throughout the whole thing. I'm glad that an old serious villain is back, you know, in the trilogy again. So I'm ready. I'm ready for next week. It's gonna be really, really cool. It's, you know, Boruto right here is getting me excited again. You know, it's after all this filler and the stalemate, it's like, hey, can we just get the training exams going on already? You know, etc. like that, and we finally get something new, which is even better. Like, I'll enjoy content like this. You know, it's definitely a dark side. We have White Zetsu back. You know, if this is a full arc, I'll be happy about it. I ain't complaining. But either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed my review. Comment down below what your guys' favorite part of today's episode was. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and make sure you guys to give a video a like. But either way, hope you guys all have a good one, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Boruto.